Late to the game. What's going on, everybody? This is the Nasty Podcast, and I'm Nasty. I just finished watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I know all my friends is making fun of me about it because I'm super late to the party. But that's all right, you know what I'm saying? It's better late than never. And this is a show that I really enjoyed. Like I said, I just finished watching all 3 seasons. It is on Netflix, but I actually watched it on Amazon Prime. And I loved it. Absolutely loved this show. It is awesome, and it is incredibly high level, and it has already become one of my favorite, properties or franchises of all time. You know what I'm saying? So on this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'll give my little review, some of my thoughts on the show, and general themes, like I said. And yeah, so kick back. We're going to have a nice time. We're going to get nostalgic up in here, all right? So for those of you who don't know, if you're even later than I was, Avatar: The Last Airbender is a show that came out a couple years ago on Nickelodeon. It's about basically these 4 nations, earth, water, fire, and air. They have now been conquered by the Fire Nation. And basically the only person that can keep all 4 nations in balance is the Avatar, an individual that can master all 4 of those arts. And you know, it's changed every 100 or so years, like it passes down. So sometimes it might be someone from the Fire Nation who's the Avatar, or someone from the Water Tribe that's an Avatar. It just kind of changes every century. And when we pick up in this show, the Avatar is a 12-year-old airbender named Aang. And he's actually the last airbender, left in the show. We're going to get into more of that as well. But that's the basic premise. And like I said, this show has so many high-level themes. Like for a kid's show, it is crazy what they actually put in this show and talk about and deal with. Like everything from war, genocide, religion, imperialism. You know what I mean? Like all of that is prevalent because you're dealing with the fallout of like conquering and colonization by the Fire Tribe. Even though it takes place sort of like years ago, like way in the past, you can still see the relevance to today and things that play out anytime that there's conflicts among people and groups of people and societies. You know what I'm saying? So again, the concepts in the show are extremely high level, especially when we talk about like every perspective being shown. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very spiritual. It's very in tune and aware of itself. But just like Attack on Titan, which you guys know I enjoy very much, this show literally gives you every perspective, every one side of the story, every way that they might react to a situation. We're all different. No 2 people are the same, and everyone's going to react to something and perceive something a little bit differently. And I think this show documents that extremely well through the use of their character development. I think Avatar has some of the best character development in TV. It rivals stuff like Star Wars, Game of Thrones, Attack on Titan, like I said before. Like all those shows have great character development. They really build the lore. It's really like no pun intended, it's a Game of Thrones. It's everybody just playing this huge game and all their ideologies collide. You know what I'm saying? And it's like dope to see. So getting into the characters, like let's talk about some of them specifically, because that's like really what I love about this show is the characters. Aang and Zuko are great. They're absolutely awesome. The way that they're almost like foils of each other. And I mean, I will spoil some stuff, but they're basically enemies become allies. Like they go through the whole show, all these seasons on opposite sides. You know what I'm saying? Zuko's trying to capture the Avatar because he's from the Fire Nation, Zuko. And to them, the only threat to their dominion is the Avatar. You know what I'm saying? That's why they wiped out all the airbenders, because they knew the next Avatar was going to be an airbender. But Aang survived, was frozen. You know what I'm saying? It was found 100 years later by Katara and Sokka, who are two members of the Water Tribe, two young kids. You know what I mean? They find him and become a little team. But the dynamic between Aang and Zuko specifically is so intriguing to me, because it's like, it really shows that love and peace are stronger than hate and fear. Because like I said, Zuko spends the entire show swearing that he's gonna catch Aang and capture Aang and possibly even kill Aang. You know what I'm saying? But by the end, he's like, nah, I'm not doing this for my family. Like, the Fire Nation is wrong. Like, he sees the faults in his own people. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get to the Fire Nation. Don't worry. Because I got a lot to say about them. You know what I mean? But let's just stick to the characters. You know what I mean? I'm surprised at how much I came to love Toph. Like, I'm like, yo, Toph is dope. I didn't really care about her at first. Like, when she was first introduced, I didn't initially, it's not that I didn't like her, but I just didn't initially care too much for her. But then there's a couple scenes like where she really steps up. When they were storming the Earth Kingdom to try and get to the king and let him know about like the Fire Nation's darkest day or whatever, Toph started banging out. She started doing all these crazy hand gestures and just fucking everybody up. I'm like, is that you, Toph? Is that you, Toph? You didn't tell me you was like that, Toph. I'm like, oh shit, I love her. I love her. She's awesome, bro. And then when she started metal bending, I'm like, yo, she's literally doing that, bro. She's nice. She's nice. You gotta love Toph. Sokka's funny as shit. You know what I'm saying? Katara's dope. You know what I mean? Like I love all the characters pretty much. I like them all. But there's someone above them all that I truly do love. Literally. And that is Azula. Cause she is bad. I'm getting so amped because, bro, I literally love Azula. She's such a fierce, strong, beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? I like her whole team. May, Ty Lee, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're all ill too. Ty Lee would probably be my best friend. But Azula, that's my wife. That's who I would marry. I wish I could marry her or find a wife just like her. You know what I'm saying? Because she's literally bad. She's literally fire. And that's no pun intended. Well, it kind of is pun intended. Because she's the sister of Zuko. You know what I'm saying? She's his sister. I don't know if she's older or younger, but she's way more evil than him. Like I said, Zuko eventually kind of turns to the light side. Azula has no redemption in that sense. You know what I mean? But like, I fucks with her. You know what I mean? She's dope, man. Shout out to the Warriors of Kyoshi too. LOL, you know what I'm saying? Suki, all of them, even the original Kyoshi. She was in Avatar and shit. They fired too, you know what I'm saying? I guess some of my favorite moments from the show, again, is like anything with Toph. Toph is fire. You know what I mean? Anytime she's like banging out and showing out, it's ill. And she always has like really good one-liners, really funny things to say. You know what I mean? Relatable things to say too. I like that episode, The Great Divide, where it's like these two clans of people that their history is just opposing each other, and they have this real disdain and hate for one another. But Aang's able to kind of bring them together when they both need help crossing over a canyon. And you know, it's pretty cool. It teaches a good lesson, in my opinion. And then also, like, all the battle scenes, especially like Aang versus Azula. Obviously, I was going to like that. But Aang versus the Fire Lord Ozai at the end was epic. You know what I'm saying? Mad action. This show in general has great action. You know what I'm saying? For a kid show, you know what I mean? Obviously, it's not going to be over the top violence and shit like that. But like, the action is pretty dope. And other than that, above, it's an emotional roller coaster. I mean, it was for me, because you're going to have characters you relate to and you kind of feel with a little bit more. Or that resonate with you. But then there's just the moments in every single event is so like heart turning. The way people grow, the way people's ideologies change, the lessons they learn is just so relevant to real life. Like I said, it's real world concepts that are relevant today. I would recommend everyone check out Avatar. Everyone should watch this. I didn't really like this show as a kid, but I love it now as an adult. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those shows back when I was, 9, 10 years old and Nickelodeon was on. It was just one of the shows I didn't really get into at the time. Now I'm much more into like all aspects of fiction because I'm older, I've grown, I've learned more, I'm a little bit more woke and aware and conscious of shit. But as a kid, like, I wasn't into the mystical side too much, and that's very much what this show kind of seemed like it was to me then. But you know what I mean? Because I liked like stuff like Ninja Turtles, Batman, Spider-Man. Like, I was into like street shit. You know what I'm saying? Like real life vigilantes and stuff like that, or realistic. But this really touched me like on a deep level, on the inside. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it a stack, bro. I got teary-eyed many times throughout this show. Like, through every season, I would say season 3 is probably the best just because the most shit happens there. But like, through every season, I was getting teary-eyed. Through so many moments, I found myself really crying, bro. Because it's like the shit that they were saying was so real. Uncle Iroh, when he's talking to Zuko about destiny. Even in like the early first 5 episodes, he tells Zuko, because Zuko's so hell-bent that his destiny is to capture the Avatar. His Uncle Iroh tells him like, yo, destiny's a funny thing. You never know where it's going to make you turn out. You know what I'm saying? You'll never know where you'll end up. You know, if you follow your destiny, you can't just stay stuck on one thing, especially if you're mad young. And they go through their own transformations throughout the show, Iroh and Zuko, because they spend a lot of time traveling together. But then by the end, like, that sentiment really comes, full front when Zuko turns to Aang's side and joins Team Avatar. And he's fucking with Katara and all of them. And they don't accept him at first, but like, that just embodied what Iroh was talking about. And I think Zuko even had his own little moment of realization where he remembered that. And that shit touched me, bro. That shit touched me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, pretty much, I don't really have more else to say about the show itself, other than like, you should check it out. You should check it out because you're gonna instantly see how relevant it is. And if you're not in tune with like spirituality and stuff like that, this is a great entrance point. This is a great way to get into it because it's for kids. You know what I'm saying? But this show does a great job of building this universe and lore and the writing that it can engage someone that's my age and older. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can understand what they mean. There's a lot of like innuendo in there that there's some is sexual, but it's not all sexual. A lot of it is like referencing real world concepts. Like I said at the beginning, like with war and religion and spirituality, like genocide. Like, on that note, before we get up out of here, I feel like the Fire Nation represents, in my opinion, I'm going to say it represents the Caucasians and Europeans. You know what I mean? The niggas who did conquest all over the world. But in a deeper sense, like, we didn't, I'm not going to talk about that right now. We did this episode not to talk about that. But in a bigger sense, it's really anyone who wants to assert their dominance over another group of people. That's what the Fire Nation represents. And that's not just white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody does that. All races and societies have done that at some point. And even people on an individual level seek to do that over others. We always seek to control people and have the most power that we can attain. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that the reason people listen to us and follow us is because they're scared otherwise. You know what I'm saying? That's how the Fire Nation rules, with literally an iron fist. And everyone's just scared of them. And, Aang is like the savior that's going to bring an end to all that shit. But on a real note, like, that's exactly what be going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Fire Nation went and conquered other tribes' lands and started setting up colonies there. Like, bro, for a show to be doing that and showing you that when it's definitely aimed at, like, not even teenagers, I would say, that's crazy, bro. I applaud that show. And that show has a lot of writers, throughout its run. But a lot of them have gone on to do great work in other things. Dave Filoni, specifically, is who I have in mind right now. He's just gone and gotten a lot of good publicity because of The Mandalorian. He had a lot to do with that. And he's also done Star Wars stuff in the past. So you can already see the connection right there in terms of like the story, the writing, and the character development. I think Avatar is second to none in that aspect. And with that being said, go check it out if you haven't already. If you like me and it was something you didn't really fuck with as a kid, I guarantee you're gonna fuck with it now. And even if you don't, it's something you should still watch. Because with everything going on in the world right now, we all need to be more open-minded and more willing to seek peace. Not only inner peace, but outer peace. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way we can really achieve a harmony between us all. I know even myself, I talk about a lot of shit that might incite violence one day and about the war and the battle. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of it too. That's in the show too. Aang got mad because he can speak to all the past avatars. He got them all telling him like, yo, you better get ready to bang, bro. You're going to have to fight the Fire Lord. You know what I'm saying? And Aang is like, nah, I don't want to have to fight him. I'd rather, talk to him or something. You know what I mean? But he does eventually fight him. Don't worry. But it's just those type of sentiments. I know we say that's kind of soft, you know what I mean? Especially like somebody like me, but that's kind of soft in the real world. But it's still something to keep in the back of your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like I said with the whole Zuko and Aang thing, man. Love and peace is stronger than hate and fear. And that's really the only rule that you need to know in the world. You know what I'm saying? There are no such thing as good and bad people. There is evil in this world. There's a lot of evil in this world, and a lot of it is in charge, unfortunately. But it really just boils down to love and fear. So harp on that for a little while. Definitely let me know what you guys think about the show. Do you agree with some of my sentiments? Who were some of your favorite characters? Toph, Sokka, Aang, Zuko, Azula. Come on, you gotta love Azula, man. You gotta love Azula. Anybody to come on my shit talking trash about Azula, we gonna have a problem. On dogs. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have a problem, because that's my shorty. That's my girl, man. I loved her from the first day I saw her. She's awesome. And so was everybody else in that show. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching this episode. Appreciate all your support as always. And we're going to keep bringing you so much more content. I told y'all, season 3 is going to get crazy on the Nasty Podcast. We ain't letting up. Everything from movies, pop culture, comics, all the way down to social justice issues, political topics, and current events. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to even start having some debates and live streams and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time. And on that note, I love y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay woke. And one last big shout out to my dude, Joel Santana, who just came home. I'm going to probably do an episode talking about you too, my nigga. Love you. Dipset all day. One nasty world. And we out of here. Peace.